In a few hours, you will be strapped to millions of pounds of explosive fuel and then launched straight into space. This is just another day at work. You are an astronaut, and today you fly to the stars. This is a single day in the life of an astronaut. Your day starts long before sunrise. You wake in the crew quarters, your heart already racing. Today is launch day, the moment you have trained years for. You eat a light breakfast with your fellow crew members. Everyone is quiet, focused on the mission ahead. Then it is time to suit up. Your spacesuit is a marvel of engineering, keeping you alive in space. Technicians help you into every layer, checking everything twice. One tiny mistake could be deadly, so nothing is left to chance. Finally, you put on your helmet, and the world goes quiet. You walk out to the launch pad, ready to make history. You climb into the tiny capsule at the top of the rocket. You strap into your seat and begin the final checks. Below you, the rocket holds enough fuel to shake the Earth. The countdown begins. 10, 9, 8. Your heart pounds as the engines roar to life. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. The rocket blasts off, pressing you deep into your seat. The force is incredible, like a giant sitting on your chest. The rocket climbs faster and faster toward the sky. You break through the clouds and keep on climbing. The sky turns from blue to black as you reach space. Then suddenly, the engines cut off and everything goes still. You have made it. You are officially in space. And then you feel it, weightlessness. You float freely, and it is the most amazing feeling in the world. Now you must catch up to the International Space Station. It orbits the Earth at 17,000 miles per hour. Slowly and carefully, your capsule approaches the station. Docking must be perfect. There is no room for error. With a gentle bump, your capsule locks onto the station. The hatch opens, and you float into your new home. The crew, already aboard, welcomes you with big smiles. You will live and work here for the next several months. But first, you float to the window for the view. And there it is, Earth hanging in the blackness of space. It is more beautiful than any photograph could ever show. You can see whole continents, oceans, and swirling clouds. From up here, there are no borders, just one beautiful planet. Astronauts call this feeling the overview effect. It changes the way you see everything forever. Living in space means everything is different, even the simplest tasks. Take eating, for example. Your food floats away if you are not careful. You eat from sealed pouches and catch floating snacks with your mouth. Drinking water is a challenge too. It forms floating blobs in the air. You sip your water from special sealed bags through a straw. Sleeping is strange. You climb into a sleeping bag strapped to the wall. You float gently as you sleep, with no up or down. Going to the bathroom in space is, well, complicated. Everything uses careful suction, since nothing falls in zero gravity. Even brushing your teeth requires swallowing the toothpaste. You cannot take a shower, so you use special wet wipes instead. Your hair floats in every direction, which looks hilarious. Exercise is essential, or your muscles waste away in zero gravity. You strap yourself to a treadmill and run in place every day. Life in space takes some getting used to, but you love every minute. But you are not up here just to float around and have fun. You have important scientific work to do. The space station is a floating laboratory orbiting the Earth. You run experiments that are impossible to do on the ground. You study how plants grow in zero gravity. You grow tiny gardens, testing food for future space travelers. You study how your own body changes in space. Scientists use this data to plan missions to the Moon and Mars. You conduct experiments on fluids, flames, and crystals. In zero gravity, everything behaves in surprising ways. You also maintain and repair the station itself. With no repair shop nearby, you must fix everything yourselves. You check systems, replace parts, and keep everything running. Every crew member has a packed schedule from morning to night. There is always something to do aboard the space station. Today, you have the most dangerous task of all, a spacewalk. You must go outside the station to make a repair. Putting on the spacewalk suit takes hours of careful preparation. This suit is like a personal spaceship, keeping you alive outside. You enter the airlock, and the door to space slowly opens. You float out into the vast emptiness of space. Below you is the entire Earth. Above you, endless stars. There is nothing between you and the void but your suit. A single tether is all that keeps you from floating away forever. You move slowly and carefully toward the repair site. Every movement must be deliberate. One mistake could be fatal. You reach the broken part and begin the delicate repair. Your hands work carefully inside your thick gloves. After hours of work, the repair is finally complete. You pause for a moment to take in the incredible view. Space is beautiful, but it is also incredibly dangerous. Outside your suit, the temperature swings hundreds of degrees. There is no air to breathe and no pressure at all. Tiny pieces of space debris fly faster than bullets. Even a fleck of paint could damage the station at those speeds. Radiation from the sun is another constant danger. Astronauts must be protected from it at all times. Becoming an astronaut is one of the hardest jobs to earn. Thousands apply, but only a handful are chosen. You must be brilliant, brave, and incredibly fit. Training takes years, from flying jets to surviving underwater. You learn to fix machines, speak new languages, and stay calm under pressure. Only the very best ever make it to space. And once you do, you join a tiny group of human explorers. Fewer than 700 people have ever been to space. Humans have dreamed of reaching the stars for thousands of years. For most of history, space seemed impossibly far away. Then, in the 20th century, everything changed. The first satellite was launched into orbit in 1957. Soon after, the first human flew into space. Then came the greatest adventure of all, the race to the moon. In 1969, humans walked on the moon for the first time. An astronaut took one small step and made history forever. Since then, we have built space stations and sent robots across the solar system. We have explored Mars, Jupiter, and beyond with our spacecraft. And now we are preparing to return to the moon and go to Mars. One day, humans may live on other worlds. And it all starts with astronauts like you. Every mission pushes the boundaries of what is possible. You are part of humanity's greatest adventure. As your busy day winds down, you finally have a moment to rest. On the space station, you see 16 sunrises and sunsets every day. That is because you orbit the entire Earth every 90 minutes. You float to your favorite window to watch the Earth turn. At night, you can see cities glowing like scattered stars below. You watch lightning storms flicker across the clouds. You see the shimmering green glow of the northern lights. It is a view that only a handful of humans have ever seen. You think about your family and friends far below. You miss them, but you know they are proud of you. You call home when you can, floating as you talk. Being this far from everyone you love is not easy, but you are living your dream and doing something truly meaningful. You take one last look at the Earth before bed. Another incredible day in space comes to an end. After months in space, it is finally time to go home. You say goodbye to the crew members staying behind. You float back into the capsule for the journey home. The capsule undocks and drifts away from the station. You fire the engines to begin your descent toward Earth. Then comes the most intense part, re-entry. As you hit the atmosphere, the capsule heats up to thousands of degrees. Flames engulf the capsule as it plunges through the sky. Inside, you are shaken hard as the G-force builds. Then, huge parachutes burst open to slow your fall. You drift down gently toward the ground below. With a big thud, the capsule lands back on solid ground. The hatch opens and fresh air rushes in. After months in space, gravity feels strange and heavy again. You are finally home, a changed person forever. So think about the day you have just lived through the eyes of an astronaut. You were launched into space on a pillar of fire. You lived and worked in a laboratory orbiting the Earth. You walked in the void of space with nothing but your suit. And you saw our planet as only a lucky few ever have. Being an astronaut is dangerous, difficult, and demanding. But it is also one of the greatest adventures a human can have. Astronauts remind us to look up and to dream big. This has been a day in the life of an astronaut. Thanks for flying along. If this journey inspired you, like and subscribe for more amazing stories.